Dun, 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 dun.
Ah, the familiar horror film of someone going to a new house or a new residence and finding that that new location is a less than idealistic place to take root. But here we go. We have another one, and it sounds actually pretty interesting. The Evil Next Door, very good title. It says on IMDb that this is apparently releasing in 2020. There's no release date as far as I'm aware, but it's attached to other than the year. And sometimes you'll see this on IMDb that they'll have a film labeled 2019 or 2020, and the film's actually coming out in 2021 at some point. I've seen this from time to time with different movies. I couldn't give you specific examples off the top of my head, but I have seen it. So this might be another one that, because of 2020 and the mix-up of the year that was for movie release dates, but this is going to come out at some point later. I don't know. But we're going to take a look today at a new Swedish horror movie. I've not looked at too many Swedish films on this channel, but I'm interested to see how they do with horror films. This should be very interesting. Sometimes you'll see foreign releases, and again, I've seen this name of like Korean films and stuff like that, that you'll see these different types of films, and they're so well done internationally in different countries. And they always have their own little unique quality to them. So I can't wait to see what a Swedish horror film looks like for the first time. But let's find out exactly maybe what's suggestive, what's exactly the evil here with the house. This is what it says on IMDb, or at least the evil that exists in this situation. A dad moves into a new house with his son and girlfriend. When he's out of town working, the son makes a new quote-unquote friend next door. IMDb says next doors, but I think it's actually next door, but it's not grammatically correct. That sounds very interesting. Again, you need to make sure, if you're a parent, this is a great testament to this, be aware of who your kids are actually hanging around. And actually, I would probably advise this for anybody, if you're moving into a new place, I think there are, it's hard to tell. I know people that have used resources that I don't think you have to pay for, because I think there's a bunch online that will try to be like, oh, we'll pay you some money, we'll scan the neighborhood you're moving into for you to see if there's anybody there that's, nefarious or whatnot. It's like all those sites where you can look up like your friends or your family under their criminal records, but you have to pay the sum of money. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that, sorry. I don't know exactly if there, I think there are resources that you can do that, and if there are, great opportunity for a reminder here. Before you move to a new place, learn the community. Understand who your neighbors are going to be. Otherwise, you might come face to face with the evil that's lurking next door. And the poster actually looks good. Now, I'm assuming maybe the evil based on what I'm seeing here on the poster. And it could just be that this is out of focus. But it looks a bit more like apparition, paranormal type in terms of the appearance of the evil. I say this of caution because I don't tend to watch every single horror film. I like a lot of horror films I've seen, but again, I'm very careful with the genre because there's a lot of stuff within it that I don't watch. I don't tend to watch very overly gory films. It kind of just makes me sick inside, but I also don't do, as a Christian, a lot of the supernatural stuff. It's not entertaining to me. It just is. And I understand it's a mainstay, especially in 2020, 2021, with these types of horror films coming out. I mean, you've seen this over the years, but the supernatural stuff has really taken root. I tend to avoid a lot of these films, because again, I'm very sensitive to the fact that that's kind of a reality and not exactly entertaining. I don't take pride in that, especially, well, I'll tell you, if it's like the occult stuff, I flat out refuse. Paranormal, I am a bit looser on. Ghost stories, I'm looser on. So, we'll see. We will see here with the evil next door. But, so far, it sounds great. Let's give it a look. We're going to watch trailer number 1. So we're going to watch this first, and we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment while us watching the video together. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Okay. Splendid film. Well, we'll see. I would have appreciated subtitles, but that's fine. Has a very dingy look. That's not bad.
Kein Problem. Nimm den Job.
Ich bin dann auf der Arbeit, weißt du, aber Shirin bleibt hier. Die passt auf dich auf. Ihr beide habt bestimmt Riesenspaß zusammen.
Hey.
That was a very familiar. I've heard that audio effect before.
Dann ist ihr Kind verschwunden.
Maybe they chose it for the trailer or it's in the film.
Nein, das können sie nicht. Dieser kleine Junge.
Almost reminds me of the Prodigy in appearance when I looked at that trailer.
Hallo?
Long, yep, I was gonna say he's gonna be there. Long hallway shots.
Und ist sehr nett.
Ich habe ein Kind in dem Haus gesehen.
Da können wir leider nichts machen.
nicht meine Mama.
Meine Frau ist wegen all dem psychisch krank geworden. Ist Shirin nett zu dir?
Hier geschehen ständig seltsame Dinge.
Da ist irgendwas in dem Haus.
Was hast du getan?
Yeah, creepy. It really does remind me in terms of the appearance of The Prodigy, which I did not watch, again, because that was like one of those supernatural, and it literally was in the trailer, like, I'm speaking to the entity that's here. I'm like, oh, stop. But aesthetically, it kind of reminded me of that. Just in a lot of like the grayer tones. And then the fact, too, that you've got this whole horror surrounding, or horror event epicentered around the kid, who looks a bit ghoulish. I mean, almost a bit Gollum-like in a way. Especially in the end shot. I mean, the eye makeup, I think, does a lot of the heavy lifting in that case. But yeah, maybe it's the body posture, too. But yeah, it looks horrifying. It would probably help if I could understand half of what's being said, but I didn't study. I'm assuming this is German. So, I don't know. I studied Spanish in school, so I'm not familiar with the language that's being spoken here. Hopefully in the next trailer they're going to have subtitles. I did note, again, when the ladder came down, there are some familiar audio effects here, and that I would assume would maybe constitute a lower budget feel. I recognized it immediately, so I've seen it in other trailers as well. You know, again, basing that on the familiarity that I have of lower budget movies. Sometimes when they have a trailer like this, they'll use the more easily accessible audio effects. So again, I've noticed this from time to time, but it's very dark, I love the gray. Love the grayscale, or just the overlay, all the coloring. It's a very nice touch. It really does give us a very horrifying feel. Kind of also reminds me not just of The Prodigy, but just kind of rewinding some of the footage. Like The Turning. The Turning also had similar aesthetical qualities in terms of the color palette. So very interesting, very fitting for a horror film. I wonder if maybe in the next trailer we'll get a little more illumination as to what exactly the evil is. Or maybe they'll add subtitles and so I actually maybe understand what the evil is. I'm assuming it's like a ghost type thing. I hope it's not supernatural. In that case, I'll probably avoid it. But it looks very interesting for right now. So what do you guys think about the evil next door? Let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff. The like, subscribing, the sharing, the hitting that bell. And until we get to look at the next trailer, which will be, well, for you guys it'll be another video, but for me it'll be in a couple seconds. I will see you guys then. But until that point, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Never love yourselves, your fellow man. God bless and peace.